Hello, this is Mike MacGyver, and we're down here at MacGyver's Tire and Wheel, and I got some stuff accomplished there. Yeah, got a few things accomplished. And first up, got me a new welding machine. No doubt, with me and old Pete, we done been putting it to use too. And bought a new box of welding rods. No doubt. Definitely needed that stuff. We couldn't get nothing accomplished without it. But anyway, up first, we did a wheel swap on this. This truck come from die-cast car nut, and it had some 7-spoke wheels on it. And wouldn't you know, I can't get them plucked out with my big fingers. Anyway, had these 7-spoke wheels on it. There's a little rusty, and that axles was rusty, as you can see. And so we took them off, and we put these on it. And the truck didn't have no tailgate, and I had another dump bed that I took off another truck, and I put the tailgate on here. So yeah. But anyway, got the diesel wheels on this one. And the diesel wheels came from these two trucks. Yeah, these are Bronco National Park trucks. And they had diesel wheels on them, so I took them off, and I used all of them from one, and just one set of the front set or the back set from this second one. And put them on this diesel truck, no doubt. And the third set that was left over, there it is. Yeah. So anyway, once we got that done, we worked on another truck from Jason, or die-cast car nut. Yeah, and it was this truck. Now, he had this old truck here all fixed up with a toilet seat. The wheels that's on them Broncos now were on this. I had another set of them in a bag, and so I dug them out so I'd have enough. And I fixed this old thing up. I put this dump truck bed on here. This bed was long. I cut this much of it off. That's why I put the tailgate on the other dump truck, and I made a tailgate for this one. This dump bed was white. I painted it black with some model car paint that I had, and JB welded it straight on here. The tailgate's JB welded on so it don't open. And I put some original Matchbox wheels back on here that originally was on here, or supposed to have been on here rather. And the taillights were gone and the bumper was broke. So I took and cut the rest of the bumper off, and I put this bumper on it. And also put these taillights on it. These taillights came off of the back end of a part that was left over from a fast bed hauler that I customized. Yeah, let's put these set it here where you can see the headlights. And I'll show you what they came off. See, this is a fast bed hauler, and that's the tail lights on one. Well, as you can see, I just cut out the outer two. I cut out the outer two tail lights, and I mounted them on there. And this is a custom fast bed hauler here. That's why we had that extra piece, because I made it a 6-wheeler instead of a 4-wheeler. But anyway, I made me a bumper out of this, out of M2 plate. I made it a little bit bigger than I usually make. I wanted to be a Simon & Simon bumper. Yeah. But anyway, it's I also fixed the exhaust stacks on it too. These are Hot Wheel axles and not M2 axles. Yeah. And I got to put a little more JB weld on that one. I've been messing with it, and it's come loose. When I was working on this truck, I got to pull that axle back out and JB weld it. But anyway, that's what we did with that. Fixed that old truck up, because I hadn't, that commode on the back just wasn't my thing. I know it was a custom from Jason, but I told him I was probably going to take it off, and I did. Because I think I'd rather have it to be a dump truck than the way it was. But no offense, Jason. So anyway, sometime this year was cleaning out a storage unit or something, and I run across some a front end loader bucket. No tractor, just a front end loader bucket thing. And so I had this Tonka truck thing. A Tonka front end loader that didn't have the bucket or the arms. So I made some arms out of M2 plate, and I put them on here, and I put the bucket on it. So there's that. Got that done. Yeah. And we're going to have to back out a little bit. This is a little bit bigger rig. And it's functional. Yeah, it is functional. See, we set it up there. Yeah. No doubt. So anyway, I've had this thing since before I started making videos on YouTube for a long time. Just had it in a box. Just ain't never done nothing with it. This was something that I found too, probably cleaning up a rent house, getting it ready to re-rent. But anyway, that's what we did with that. And Mr. David Beeson had sent me this tractor, and the front left wheel was broke on it, so I fixed it. It also had a front end loader bucket on it. I took it off. I don't know what I'm gonna do with this tractor. I might put one of these on the front of it. Who knows? Might put one of them on the front or on the back. But anyway, I ain't never seen no little tractor this little, shaped like this. But they may have had them. I don't know. They just don't look realistic to me. But that front end loader that was on there, I put it on the other tractor that Mr. David Beeson sent me, and here it is. It worked out perfect. It works, moves up and down. And while I was at it, I had this here old crane thing. It's a backhoe, track hoe, whatever, and the tracks is missing. And so anyway, it had this plate on the bottom. And on the front of the plate, it had these two arms come up that the bucket thing fit on. Well, I cut it off, and I welded it on the back of this tractor. So now this here tractor's got a front end loader and a backhoe. It didn't have nothing on it when I got it from Mr. Beeson, to just plain old tractor. This is a Hot Wheel, by the way, but I like it. Look, it turned out pretty good. I might get me some yellow paint and paint the wheels all yellow. You know, the spokes on the wheels to match the yellow on the flames, but I doubt I'll find any yellow that color. But anyway, yeah, that's what I did there, and I probably ain't showing it much, but there's just a little piece I cut off the crane and welded it on there, and took it apart to put this piece in. Drilled the hole for that to go in, and it worked out pretty good there, no doubt. So anyway, since I was involved with the tractors, Mr. Diecast Car Nut sent me a tractor, and I decided to put this on it. I made this. This here blade came from an M2 model kit truck, along with this other yellow blades. I got two of them. And I took the lights that was on the top off, and made all the pieces to make this thing work. Yeah, made all these little pieces. I don't want to get too close to the camera, it wants to black out. And I even made the 3-point hitch pieces too. See if y'all can see that. Yeah, and I got screws in it holding it together so I can lift the plate up, lift it up and it'll stay up, or I can push it and it'll be down. And check it out, I can even turn the blade. That's the reason it's so far behind the tractors, because it has to have clearance for the blade to turn all the way around. But yeah, that's what I did. Old Ford tractor that old Jason sent me. I kind of like it too. it's a little bit bigger scale than Hot Wheels and all, but I'm definitely gonna keep it in the collection, no doubt. So anyway, we'll park it over here out the way and move on to the next ones. The next one is, well, I don't know if I showed it yet. Did I or not? I think I didn't. Oh yeah, I didn't. Y'all remember this truck? I wheel swapped it and put a bed on it and straightened it frame. It was bent and all that. Well, I did it again. There's a blue one. I put a bed on it. Yep, put a bed on this one and to match like that one. And I also wheel swapped it. And this one here had black walls on it. Yeah, they were kind of in rough shape too. So I took them all off, the old black walls. I'm going to save them. I'm going to straighten the axles out and clean them and all that good stuff. Yeah, I got a bag full of black walls. One of these days I'll use them. It's got to be the right thing though. I know you're probably thinking, why did I take the black walls off? But it's because I wanted diesel wheels on my diesel. No doubt. So anyway, that's what we got there. Turned out pretty good. No doubt. So anyway, moving on. Trying to get through this. Got two more things to show. Oh, I took the bed off of this. I had put it on here. JB welded the bed on and put it on that blue truck that I just showed. I'm going to make another bed for this one. It's going to be a flat bed. But anyway, up next, I made this. Yeah, made this. It's a crane. What this piece, this long black piece, is an ink pen. And it's square. And it didn't have no ink pen thing inside it. And so I drilled a hole in it, and that's a piece of red wire. I mounted this piece on. I don't know what it's from or that either. But I put that on there, and the cable comes up, and over here, that holds the boom up. This piece here is so that when the boom gets down so far, well, it's not movable. I'm talking about in real life, they'd have one on it with the wheel on it there, you know, so that it can let the boom down. And you know, so anyway, I put that on there, and so anyway, I run a piece of yellow wire out the end of this where the ink pen part goes. I ain't finished it yet. I'm gonna put some outriggers on here on 4 sides, maybe 6 of them, so it won't turn over. Excuse me. So it won't turn over. So anyway, last but not least, Alpha had sent me this van, and it wouldn't roll. Well, I took it apart. Well, it wouldn't roll right because the dang wheels was rubbing all the fenders and stuff. So I took it apart, and I took a hacksaw, and I cut in the slot where the axles goes, both slots. And I cut on it down deep enough that whenever you take your screwdriver and you slide it across the frame on the inside, when it gets to the axle, it wouldn't stop. It would just go right over the top of the axle. Just smooth as it can be. That means the axle's down deep enough that you could just run your screwdriver right across it, and it was like it wasn't even there. And then JB welded the axle back in, put it back together, and it still had a rubbing problem. And so I took it back apart again and got to looking, and these rear fenders, yeah, dang it, I got to move in. These rear fenders were wider than the thing frame, so I dig them. I cut these fenders out. I cut them son of a guns out of there. That was in the back. The front didn't have any. There wasn't nothing stopping the front, but the back on both sides. I tried to scrape on this to clean it up, but it didn't work. I cut them out, put it back together, and it rolls perfect. Yes, indeed. Rolls great. So anyway, that's all I had to do for today. I'll show the crane again when I get the outriggers fixed up for it. So anyhow, I want to thank everybody for watching. Something different this time, but still work at MacGyver's. And anyway, we'll catch y'all on the next one. Thanks for watching. This is Mike MacGyver, and I'm gone.